Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial for you guys, a little bit different than like my everyday makeup. I just have been thinking about this look in my mind for probably like 5 months and I haven't sat down to record it. And so I have no idea what this look's gonna end up looking like. I have a vision in my head. We'll see if it goes there or not, but anyway, if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Mariah. My husband is in the military, and so I stay at home and take care of the house and do this. So I don't post that many makeup tutorials, but I will put up here on the screen for you guys anything related to beauty. I have a whole playlist for that. So I'll put that up there. And then if you guys want to see any of my other makeup tutorials or anything related to beauty, skincare, whatever, please check that out and please subscribe, and let's get. So I feel like this look I'm thinking about doing, obviously you guys will have already seen by the thumbnail what this look ends up looking like, but I just feel like it's very summery and springy and all of that. It's definitely summer now, but I've been thinking about it, like I said, for a while. So I just feel like it's very springy, summery. So it's gonna be kind of like a yellowy, blown out type of look. But also I wanted to say, I do not use a primer. I mean, I like a long time ago used the Benefit Professional, and I feel like it definitely filled my pores and everything like that, but I just don't have a desire to use a primer. I don't know, I don't have any like strong opinions about them, but I just don't use them. But it's not that I go into this completely naked. So I do have all my skincare on, which is obviously, as you can see, I'm like very, very, very hydrated right now. That is a separate video. I will link that up there if you guys are interested in seeing my full skincare routine. I'll post that up there. I do plan on doing a updated one, so stay tuned for that if you want to see like my full updated skincare routine, because I have changed a couple things. Anyway, so let's get started. Okay, so I use the Sephora 64 foundation brush, the Pro Foundation brush. I think Sephora Collection is probably one of the best makeup brands out there because they know high-end makeup, but they give it to you in a more affordable version, and I just love that. So I highly recommend basically anything from Sephora Collection. I obviously haven't tried every single product, but I do really believe in the brand, and I think that they have really good stuff. So I use quite a few Sephora Collection items. I can't afford to do full Sephora Collection, but as I run out of things, I try to get Sephora Collection. The Sephora near me is actually pretty, it's in a JCPenney's. So I live in a smaller town, so I don't have it like full-blown Sephora near me. I have to order online if I want to do that, like get like the full everything that's offered. But I do really love Sephora. And Sephora Collection is a really good alternative to some of the higher end brands there. All that being said, I use the Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation. Every product I will be using will be linked down below in the description box if you're interested in purchasing, and I'll put the shade names and everything like that and links to buy those items down there. But this foundation is really, really good. For a long time, I used very, very full coverage foundations because I do have acne. And, you know, I think it also goes with, you know, makeup trends and stuff. Like right now, full coverage foundation, full coverage looks aren't as trendy as they, wow, my skin is glowy. They aren't as like trendy as they used to be like doing full coverage, like everything, cake your face type stuff. That's not like as much of a trend anymore, but so I used to be on that like train. Like I would definitely use full coverage foundations. I really like, if you are interested in full coverage, I like this foundation. It's the Maybelline Superstay foundation. It's really good. This is my tan shade. And I just haven't gotten a tan shade in the Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation. But anyway, now this foundation is a little bit more, I would say like light to medium coverage, and it's buildable. So I think that, I don't know, I feel like beforehand I would just go in and be like, cover everything on my face because, you know, like I said, I do have acne, and so I wanted it all covered. But I've realized that I can build up to what I need instead of just starting out like super heavy. And with this foundation in particular, I feel like it covers majority of what I need to be covered, and then whatever I feel like needs extra coverage, I'll just do like another layer on those specific areas, like targeted areas, and overall it just feels lighter, all that. So I just think it's a lot better. So after I apply my first layer, I will take a damp beauty sponge. This is the e.l.f. one. I don't think I need to buy a beauty blender when this is like $3 and does the exact same thing. So if you're looking for a beauty sponge or something that is similar to a beauty blender, I highly recommend the e.l.f. one. Obviously the Real Techniques one, it's orange, it's really good too, but this one's even cheaper and also is really good. So anyway, I go over that first layer with the damp beauty sponge to soak up any excess that doesn't need to be there, just so it's a little bit thinner and, I don't know, just a little bit more blended. And then as you can see, there's some areas right here that need to be covered more, and I'll do a light layer on those areas. I've realized that I don't need to cover every single thing on my face at the beginning, because once I'm done with my full like face makeup, I've got bronzer, blush, like all the things on top of that. It covers majority of everything anyway, so I really don't need to like load up on the foundation. So I'll just do a small pump on my brush and just stamp into some of those areas that need a little bit more coverage. Usually it's my cheeks because I, like I said, have acne and hormonal acne at that, but I'm not looking for like completely flat one shade on my face. I have freckles, and I just like don't think it's necessary to cover every single thing on your face, at least for me. I've just really learned to embrace my skin for what it is. Like, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So that I feel like is great. So that's the foundation. Then I will use I just really love this concealer, and I don't know if I'll ever try another one. Maybe if I have more money and like can splurge on trying a bunch of like high-end concealers or even Sephora collection concealers, I will maybe one day. But this concealer I just think is amazing. So it's the Instant Age Rewind Eraser Concealer. I think it's Maybelline. And this is in the shade 095 Cool Ivory. This foundation is in 11.5p, if you're wondering what my shade is. So I'll take this and put under my eyes, like that, on the chin, nose, forehead. all the concealer spots. Then I will take my sponge and blend that out. Okay, so once I have blended out my concealer, obviously I look very crazy because I have all this like product on my face. I will take the Coty Airspun powder. Let me just tell you about this powder really quick. If you haven't seen any of my other makeup videos, then this is news to you. If you have, then you already know how I feel about this powder. I don't really like this powder that much. I bought it, so I'll continue to use it until it's gone because I'm not about to waste money, but I just think that it is very drying and heavy, and so I just don't. There's better powders out there than this one, so I don't really necessarily recommend this unless you're like super oily, then maybe, but I just feel like there's better powders out there than this one. So anyway, I'm gonna go under my eyes with this and set my under eye. And then I'm gonna set basically like my under eye, my T-zone area, and then kind of lightly dust all over my face because whenever I blend in my bronzer and blush and stuff, I don't like blending it on a liquid base. I just think it blends horribly, so I like to have powder all over my face to help blend. And then I definitely put powder on my T-zone area because I have combination skin, so basically that means like dry and oily. It's both. So like my skin will definitely get some shine throughout the day, so I'm not necessarily scared of putting a lot of powder on because I know I get oily throughout the day. So if you are someone that's got normal skin or dry skin, obviously do not load up on the powder because it's just going to dry your skin out and it's going to look horrible. I do recommend though putting some light dusting of powder just so that your foundation and concealer doesn't move throughout the day, and again so that whenever you are putting your bronzer and all that stuff on, that it doesn't like blend nasty. So I really focus the powder in on this area, and then all over here I just kind of lightly dust or just put whatever else is on my brush on the outskirts, just so I can, like I said, blend my bronzer nicely. Okay, so also I'm using the e.l.f. blush brush to set my face, my under eyes. I really want like a bigger brush to set the outskirts of my face, but I haven't bought one yet, so I just use that brush. Okay, so then I will use my bronzer, and for my bronzer I used to use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and it was fine. I just never bought it again because I don't know, I just don't think you necessarily have to buy high-end things to get a high quality product, so I never bought it again. But I have been using the Sephora Collection foundation powder. It's the Matte Perfection Powder Foundation in the shade 38 Neutral Tan. It looks like this, and I use that shade as my bronzer. I like using foundation powders as my bronzer because I think they have a creamier, like better consistency than just a bronzer. So I like to use that. And for, like I said, my skin and needing extra coverage and all of that, using a bronzer that has coverage because it's supposed to be foundation powder really works for me. So I'll just take that on a Bare Minerals Full Flawless Face Brush, just because I like the shape of it. and it's pretty fluffy. And then I will put that on. And I just am like very lightly touching my skin, and I angle it upwards so that it doesn't get all down here and make it like super muddy. I'm not necessarily contouring, but I don't want it to be all over the place. So I'll do that. And then I'll also do like my forehead just so that I have some resemblance of like matching. So it's not just like pale brown, pale. Like I want it to be a seamless transition. And then on the other side. And then I'll do like my jawline a little bit, just to kind of help contour that, and then just down my chest a little bit. Not that that really does much, but I'll do that. And then I use just a brush that's like an angled shape, because I feel like it applies blush better. I'll do my powder blush, but let me do my cream blush first. So usually I will want to apply this when I have my cream products, when I haven't set my face yet, but I just literally forgot. So here we are. And I'll put some on the back of my hand. I'm using the Milk Makeup cream blush, and it's the lip and cheek, so you can use it for your lips too, in the shade Work. And I got this as a sample, or like I think it was a birthday gift from Ulta. But I'll just put that on the back of my hand and use my sponge and just very lightly put on some of that. So just a little bit of that, and then I'll do my powder blush. You can leave it like this if you'd like, but I don't know, I like blush, so I'm gonna put more on. So I use, like I said, this brush, and then I'll use the Maybelline Fit Me blush in Rose. It looks like that. Obviously I like this blush. I've hit pan a long time ago. And then I will put that in the same spots that I did my cream blush, and just kind of that on. Using the cream underneath definitely helps make it more like pigmented. And then I'll put some on my nose too, just because, especially during the summer months, I think it looks good to have some on my nose. Looks a little sun-kissed. I'm very pale, so I clearly don't look like I've been in the sun, but I did get actually a little bit of a sunburn. You can't even tell because it's like faded by now. But then, because it's so strong looking right now, I will bake underneath my bronzer just to clean it up a little bit. Even doing that method of like putting the bronzer brush upward, I still feel like it needs to be cleaned up a little bit. So I'll do that, and I just think it looks a lot neater. I get told my makeup looks really good on days that I do this versus days that I don't do this. People like, I just don't get as many comments. So I think clearly something's happening that people like whenever I do this. So, and I think it looks neater. So I'll just put some of that powder on my sponge powder, the Coty Airspun powder, and just bake underneath here. Okay, so I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit. I'm gonna apply my highlight and everything a little bit later, but for now, I'm gonna do my brows and my eyes, and then I'll get back to finishing out my face and lips. Okay, so for my brows, I have pretty full brows already, but there is some sparseness, and just from putting like a full face of makeup on, product does get in my brows. So sometimes I'll leave my brows plain, sometimes I won't, but I always brush them. If I'm doing like a super natural, like to the pool look, then I'm not gonna do my brows because that's just silly. But I will brush my brows up, and then I like to use a colored brow gel, or some form of a brow gel and eyebrow pencil, because I just think that is the best combo for my eyebrow needs. I can recommend eyebrow products all day, but everyone has different brow needs. Everyone has different brows, and so I just think, I mean, I can give you brands and products to use, but just know that like what I do for my eyebrows is not necessarily gonna work for you the same, because your brows may be more sparse or thicker than mine or whatever. So just keep that in mind as I do my brows. So I will use the NYX Cosmetics Control Freak Brow Gel. It's clear. I'll use that first just to put my brows in place where I want them to stay all day. I will say grooming your eyebrows is probably the best way to do your brows first before doing anything else, is grooming them, because the days that I wear like nothing on my brows are the days that I feel like I've groomed them well. So just, I don't know, keep that in mind. Like grooming them makes them look better already. So it's just like skincare. Like the more you take care of your skin, sometimes even the less makeup you wear, because you just don't even need it or you don't want it or whatever. And then anything you add on top is just like, I don't know, makes it look even better than it already did. So I'll just do my brows like that, nice and pushed up. Then I'll kind of let that dry a little bit before I start messing with them, because I want them to dry how I placed them. And I'm gonna move you all a little bit closer, and then we'll do the rest of the brows and eyes and everything. Okay, so once my brows are pretty much like set, I will use the NYX micro brow pencil, and I just think this is like one of the best brow pencils out there. It does have a spoolie on one end and then a twist up side on the other. I'm in the shade Ash Brown, just for reference. So I will just fill in my brows in the sparse areas and just kind of make it a little bit neater. You just have to practice with brows and what looks best on your face, and again, like with your brow needs and everything. So just, I'll do them on camera for you guys, but you'll have to practice for yourself and then do what looks best on you. So So there's one brow done. Obviously it has a more of a defined shape than the other side, because I've filled it in. So that is one brow done. I'll do the other brow off camera really quick. Okay, so brows are done. Obviously they're very thick. And then now I'm gonna take you all into my eye look, which is the main portion of today's video. So I am just going to use a neutral transition shade first with a big fluffy brush. So this is the IT Cosmetics Superhero brush. I don't know if they still sell it, but if they do, I will link it down below. Basically why I like this brush is it has an eyeliner end on one side, a big fluffy brush on the other side, And then you can push this down and make it different, basically versions of a brush, which is nice for like everyday use, because I'm not always doing like a full thing every single day. But I will use a neutral transition shade. This is the shade I'm using right here. This is from the NYX Happy Birthday palette. I think I also got this as a birthday gift from Ulta, so I don't think this is linkable. But it's just a very neutral brown. You can even use like your bronzer. I do that sometimes if I'm feeling lazy and don't feel like getting this palette out of my makeup bag. So I'll do that in the crease. It's always good to do a transition shade for the sake of future blending. It just helps everything else blend out better. So you don't have to do this in any particular way. Just a nice color on your lid will do, especially if you're using a pretty close to your skin tone bronzer shade, whatever. Then it's not like it will really, you won't really be able to tell if you like messed up, you know what I mean? So that's just super easy. Blend that out pretty quickly. I will say when it comes to blending, apply little pressure and circular motions and just be patient. As you practice some more blending, you will become more comfortable with it and more capable and know what works best for your brushes and your eye shape and everything like that. So just be patient with it and then it'll all work itself out. So then here's when we get into the fun stuff, the color. This right here is the star of the show. This is what I've been wanting to base this look on for a long time. So here we go. It's NYX Cosmetics STFU eyeshadow. It's a single shade. It's probably in a palette somewhere in one of their palettes, but I got this at Ulta a few years ago actually, so hopefully it's not like garbage by now. Probably is, it's probably expired. So I'm gonna be using the this Morphe brush. I don't know what number it is, but it looks like this. I'm just gonna be using that to apply this yellow shade all over my lid. And I always just blow off the fallout so it's not as bad, but I'll just apply that to my lid. It's gonna go on very light. So this is more of a buildable shade, which is honestly perfect because one, the type of look I'm going for is very blown out, and also it can be kind of scary to use color. So it's nice when it's not like so pigmented, because it gives you a little bit more room for air. So I basically just packed this color all over my lid, and having the transition shade there already helps it look blended out. Okay, so then I'll take my Cosmetics superhero brush, and I'll just push it down one so that it's a little bit more dense, and I'll just blend out what is already there. Here's the thing, okay? Do not blend up, okay? Just stay where it is, okay? Do not go like this. Just stay right where the color already is, and then you'll be a lot safer. The problem with a lot of smoky eyes that I see that go wrong, like from watching my friends do them or them asking for tips and stuff like that, it's from them blending a color all the way up. And then of course, like if you're continuing to blend something, the color is going to continue moving and it's going to continue blending up, and your eyebrow is there. So unless you don't have brows, or unless you're going for that specific look where it's like blown out, like more of an artistic look, then stay where that color is, because it will just keep traveling up. And that's where you see brown smoky eyes that are at the brow bone, and you're like, and the person's like, oh, that's not really what I was going for. It looks like I got punched in the face, whatever. That's one of the main problems I see with that type of method, is just continuing to blend up and it's just gonna keep going. So just stay where the color already is, right there. Leave it like that. It'll be fine, okay? It'll be fine. Just be patient. As you practice, you won't have to take as long to do a smoky eye and stuff. You'll just be used to it by then. But just be patient. Also, this color is very easy to blend because it's yellow and it's very close to the transition shade already. So I'm just gonna take one more layer and just put that on my lid just to make it a little bit more vibrant, because I did blend out a little bit of it. Then I'm gonna go back to the fluffy part and just kind of dust off what's there, and then blend out one more time, just a light dust. And that is basically the yellow. So I'm not really gonna do much else to the top. It's very simple, 2 shades, 1 and done basically, or 2 and done. And that's the look. It's very there, which is very fun. If you wanted to make it even more vibrant, you could wet your brush, like put some product on there, spray it with your setting spray, and then apply it. I'm not gonna do that just because I'm comfortable with where it's at, and my setting spray has sunscreen in it. I do not want to put that on my eye because the last thing I want is to start sweating and then all of a sudden I have sunscreen in my eyes. No, thank you. So we're gonna leave it as is and move on to lashes and eyeliner and things like that. Okay, so this is the tiniest eyeliner because I have continued using it and it's just, I need to get a new one. But this is from the brand Hard Candy. I really don't recommend this brand. Most of the products I've tried other than this eyeliner have been complete busts, so I really don't recommend this brand, but you can get a nude eyeliner from anywhere. NYX has some if you are interested in looking at NYX. We've been using a lot of NYX products in this video, so they have one. A lot of brands have a nude eyeliner, but I'm gonna put a nude liner in my waterline. I recommend a nude over a white. I feel like white looks less natural and just looks more like whoa, like you look crazy. Unless, again, you're going for a certain look. For this look in particular, I prefer a nude liner because I just want it to be a little bit more open, but that's it. So if you can see the difference, like I have a nude liner on this side and I don't on this side, it just brightens it a little bit more. And if you put a white in there, it is like unnatural. So for this look, like I said, I'm not gonna do a white, I'm just gonna do a nude, and then we'll get to the lashes. I'm really not gonna do much under my waterline. I'm just gonna take this brush that I have been using shades on and just put it all the way down to the smallest version of itself and lightly dust under the waterline. One, to kind of blend out some of those concealer creases that we all get. So just no matter what product you get, you're gonna have a crease. So I'll just lightly dust under there just to blend those out and get some color under there. I don't want to do a full thing because I don't want it to be as bright as it is on top on the bottom. Because I want the top to be like the show. So I just use whatever's on the bottom, and it like still has some yellow and some of the neutral shade on there already. So that is the eyeshadow look. And then we'll do mascara and lashes. So I use the Sephora Lashcraft, what is this called? Lash curler. And I do one eye at a time. I don't know if that changes anything, but to me it makes the most logical sense. I'm gonna do one lash, apply mascara, the other side, apply mascara. Do what you will with this, but this is what I do for my eyes. Like, what? What? I swear, curling your lashes makes the biggest difference. Because just gorgeous. Like, what? So pretty. Then I like to use the Sephora Collection Lashcraft Lengthen Volume Mascara. And I'll apply that to my lashes. Okay, so I did top and bottom. We'll do the other eye and then we'll do lashes. Okay, so I have my lashes. I put the glue on my lashes and I'm just waiting for them to get a little bit tacky. So when it comes to putting on false lashes, just apply the glue to the lash and then wait for it to be almost dry, then apply it. Don't put the glue on the lash, then try to apply it immediately. It's gonna be too wet and it's not gonna stick. So yeah, I just dusted off the powder. I'm going to set my face with the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This is the one with sunscreen, has SPF 30. I like this product. The only thing I will say is it makes you smell like sunscreen, and not necessarily a fan of that. So yeah, but it does have SPF in it, so you know, you give and you take. I like to use tweezers to apply my lashes, and I usually apply it in the center and then the corners down. So it's really hard to show putting on false lashes. Just bear with me as I try to show you guys what I'm doing, but it probably won't work. So I applied the lashes. Also, if you hear that noise in the background, it's my dog. She's dreaming, so just ignore her. Okay, so I have the lashes on, and they are very big and flirty. I'm just gonna apply a little bit of mascara. I don't recommend doing this if you really want to make your lashes last, as far as like re-wearing them multiple times, because they just get obviously like mascara all over them. But I like to do this just to help kind of blend my lashes and the false lashes together. I just think it helps a little bit, especially with lashes like these that are very thin. It can be easy for them to seem like, you know, they're fake. Obviously they're fake lashes. Like, my lashes are not that long, but just to make them blend a little bit more and give them a little bit more thickness. No, I don't like to go all the way to the end of the lashes, because that's when it can start looking like, holy crap, you have like so much stuff on your eyes. But just a little some, you know? Give it a little bit of thickness at the base. And then I'm gonna take my brush, the liner side, and just take kind of like a dark brown shade just to put at the base of my lashes, just so it looks a little bit more seamless. So if you can see, that one is on, and you know, whatever. People aren't gonna be that close to my face, but you know, just kind of make it look a little bit more blended out. So lashes are on, and I am going to just do my highlight now. So I am going to use the Jeffree Star Cosmetics 24 karat highlighting palette. I'm just gonna use a small brush to do my inner corners. And the brow bone. I like to do just the brow bone, like we're literally right there, and that's it, because I feel like it looks the best. I don't know. And then the inner corners. Then I'm gonna take my Morphe, I think this is the M438. Yes, and do my highlight. I like the Morphe M501 brush better for highlight, but I need to clean that brush before I use it. And I'll just apply some highlight. I'm obviously already glowy, but I just can't get enough highlight. Very glowy. And then because I'm wearing a top like this, I like to highlight my décolletage, however the frick you say it, and it looks super glowy. See, now I'm glowing, you know? Glowy. Okay, so that is that on that. Then I'm gonna do my lips and then we will be done. So I like to take a makeup wipe and clean off my fingers, because even though I'm using brushes, makeup still gets all over my hands, and then I, you know, taking off that blush off my hand. Okay, then take it off my lips. Okay, so I would use a lip liner, but I literally don't know where my lip liner is. It's probably in one of my bags somewhere, but I don't know where it is. But I'm gonna use this, actually a little bit darker of a nude shade. It is, I have used so much NYX products in this video, so NYX, are you sponsoring this? I don't know. But this is the NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick in the shade Soft Spoken. And I'm just gonna, it's almost my lip shade, but a little bit darker. I'm just gonna apply that. And use my finger. There we go. I feel like 90s vibes right now. I just like to use my finger to kind of blend it out, because with products like this, it can be, I don't know, if you apply too much, it can like not last very well. So I like to do that for the lips. All right, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you do want more makeup videos, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments. This is again what the final look looked like. Yellowy pop of color. You can obviously change out this lip color with any of your favorite lip colors and it'll do fine, because this is a pretty, it is a pop of color, but it's a pretty neutrally pop of color, so you can do a lot of different lip shades. So yeah, I would definitely wear it like this, maybe for the evening, but if I was wearing it during the daytime, maybe a little bit closer to my lip color, not as deep. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.